Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and today I'm making these 3D turkey sugar cookies. I'm going to be coloring my icing with Americolors food gel, my favorite food gel, and you can see the names of all the colors that I'm using. I'll put more details on my blog post. Now, I wanted the colors to be a little more muted instead of super vibrant, so that is just kind of the color palette that I'm really into for this autumn season. This is the first time I ever attempted 3D cookies, so I'm going to share with you all the tips that I learned on how to get these to actually stand up and to be a really cute and unique idea for your Thanksgiving table. The set that I used had 4 different cookie cutters. So the first one was the turkey body that you see here, and then there was 3 various sizes of the feathers. So today I'm starting to outline the turkey, and I'm going to be using a brown icing, and it's also a stiff consistency. And then I'm going to flood it with the same color and then just let these dry. Now, one thing that is really important is that your royal icing is fully dry before you attempt to put these together. If your royal icing isn't dry, it's just gonna make a really big mess. So I would recommend doing this a whole day ahead of time. Now I'm going to start decorating the first feathers. So this is the smallest size, and I decided to do this more muted yellow color. And the reason why I'm doing yellow first is just because I wanted for when people look at the cookie, they see the yellow, the orange, and then the red feathers in that order. I just thought that that order would look nice. So in order to get this kind of muted yellow tone, I used a little bit of apricot, a drop of lemon yellow, and then a tiny bit of brown. And the way to control how much brown you're adding is actually easier if you just put some on a toothpick and then slowly mix it in and add more if you need. For the orange color, I decided to try apricot just by itself, and it was a lot different than I expected it. I don't know why I expected a really orange color from apricot, but it's okay. I like to test things out. So I added a little bit of burnt orange and another little bit of brown just to get this color. And sometimes when I'm baking, I don't always have a plan for how I mix my colors, but I find that most of the time they really come together as long as you kind of stick in the same palette. So if the orange was bright neon orange and everything else was muted, then maybe it wouldn't have gone together, but I like how it turned out. And finally, I'm decorating the large feathers, and I'm just using my scribe tool to just get rid of some of those air bubbles and to smooth out the icing. This part did not get recorded, but you want to add on the head, and I just used white icing and I made sure it was dry before I added the next details. So I used the scribe tool to put on that little orange beak, and then I just used some red icing to put on the wattle, and I had to look up to see what that was called. For the eyes, I'm just adding 2 little small black dots, and then I'm going to shape them a little just using my scribe tool and pulling the icing back just a little bit. Here are some tips that I learned. I don't think that you need to ice the other half of the turkey body. I wound up scraping it off because every time I assembled the feathers, it was just messing up the icing even though it was dry. My next tip is to roll out the feathers smaller. So usually I do 1/4 of an inch thick, but they would definitely be okay if you rolled it a little bit thinner so that they'll all fit together nice and evenly. And make sure to chill your dough before so that you can get nice crisp edges so that the feathers have enough room to even sit onto the turkey itself. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy Thanksgiving.